Hi there, my crafty friends. It's Ashley Pfeiffer, the maker behind Stamped AF. And this month, the Stamping Society is bringing you pigment sprinkles. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, it's been a while since these came out. This is nothing new. But until just recently, these were not available in the UK and Netherlands and some of our far markets. So, we are bringing them to you now. So if you are not aware, these are watercolor crystals and they come in Stampin' Up! Colors now. So Gorgeous Grape, Granny Apple Green, Melon Mambo, Bermuda Bay, Mango Melody, and Daffodil Delight. And in this video, we are going to use all of them. So this is what we are going to create, a nice bright rainbowy card. So we are going to start with a piece of shimmery white cardstock. First, we're going to start with some paper towel on our workspace, and I'm working on a laminated piece of grid paper. We're going to start with our paper towel and then a piece of shimmery white cardstock and an aqua painter, and we are going to work our way. Now, when I designed this, I started that way, but the way I mounted it, it ends this way. But we're going to do that again. So I'm going to start each color with just a little bit of water. I just recorded my other Stampin' Society video, so I have a little bit of copper in there. So you don't need much, you basically just need one little squirt. And I do want to show that I have put washi tape over 1.5 of each of the dots because too much comes out if you don't. So you can manipulate this however you want, or you can just leave it the way it came out. I want to get rid of that little bit of copper that came out initially. So now we're going to start with our Mango Melody. So there are a few different ways that you can use your watercolor crystals. You can use them like this, where you've put the water down first. You can use it where you put the crystals down first and then spray, and you get some pretty neat effects with that. I am not doing that this time. I have done a whole bunch of projects like that and I love it, but I've just discovered this where it's kind of more like an actual watercolor and you have a little bit more control. While I love watercolor, I don't love that I'm not in control. Not a control freak at all. So you can see why you'd want to cover some of those holes, because you do get a lot coming out. And you can thoroughly mix the crystals, or you can leave it so that there's a little bit of variation in there. We're not going to see a whole lot of it, so it doesn't really matter one way or the other. We will see the color, but we won't see all of it. If I'm not careful, I'm going to run out of room here. Now, Granny Apple Green, you're going to think I've used the Mango Melody again, but whoops, trust me, it is Granny Apple Green. You can see that my washi tape kind of slipped a bit there, so now we've got green in our yellow. And if I don't want that, I can just sop it up. Kind of reminds me of 7-Up or Sprite now. Now I am going to put some more yellow in here. The other thing you can do is kind of mix it off of your cardstock, your paper. Now this looks a little too orange. There, good enough. Let's add a little bit more to our Mango Melody, because now it doesn't look mango-y at all. I can assure you my first card went a lot smoother. Always does when the video is not recording. Okay, so 2 more colors. And when I did this the first time, I didn't need to like mask it off at all. But perhaps I wasn't working as close. Pretty sure that's what it is actually. Any of the cards that I've made with pigment sprinkles have been very popular, so I don't even think I have any samples to show you, but if you go back on my YouTube channel, you will see some really cute ones. Not to brag or anything, but those of us in North America have had the pigment sprinkles for as long as the annual catalog has been out. It's those in the what is the word I'm looking for? In the international markets that have just recently got to play with it. Now I am going to be sure to put a big star there because I don't like those stripes or spots. Okay, now what I am going to do is give this a bit of a spritz. And that did spray it just a little bit more, but I want to tone this down just a bit. The first one was very vibrant. Let's mute this one just a little bit. So you can see that if the color is too intense, all you have to do is spray it and you can pick some of it up. Look at all that color on there. Okay, so we can hit that with our heat tool. Okay. Now, when I did my sample, I left it sitting under a pile of catalogs overnight, but we're not going to do that this time. I am, however, going to get a piece of grid paper so you're not blinded. Okay, so we are done with all the water. Now what we are going to do is, I've got a piece of the mercury acetate, and this isn't the same one that I used here. This is the one that has more cracks. This one is a little more solid, and that will help us in the fact that there was so much overspray. I know it's probably kind of hard to see it because of the glare and how it's so shiny. Okay, so I am just going to put some glue in a couple of strategic places around the edges. You could use glue dots or whatever you want. This one has a lot more spots that you can put the glue where you won't see it. Whoa. That one is a little long. Before that dries, I'm just going to take a little bit off of the end. Okay, now we can try that again. And I'm going to sit that under a couple of heavy catalogs while I die cut those stars. All of the coordinating colors, except Mango Melody, this is actually pumpkin pie, and we're going to cut out the stars using the So Many Stars dies from the holiday catalog. And we're not going to use Melon Mambo for that giant one this time. We lost my cardstock. We're going to do the yellow one this time. Now, typically I would have left this overnight, but I don't have that kind of time. I'm worried now that I didn't cut the side down. I think we're gonna end up covering the whole front of the card this time. Yep. Okay, well, when I did this the first time, this would have been, well, let's not guess. It is 3 3/4 by 5 1/4, and then the piece underneath, like our pigment sprinkle part, is 4 by 5 1/2. So unfortunately I didn't cut that part down, so we're gonna cover the whole front, and that's fine. But that was not exactly the look I was going for. Now when you're putting your stars on, I tried to have it where I didn't have the same color on the same color, if you know what I mean, if that makes sense. So the orange is on the green, the pink is on a couple of colors, like the pink isn't on the pink, basically. So we're gonna try and do that same thing again. And then when you get a big star like this down, I suggest a block to keep it from moving. And start with your biggest star and work your way down. And try and angle them differently. Don't have them all facing the same way. So the purple can go, I can't pick anything up. There we go. Now on the inside of the card, we are going to stamp a fun sentiment because this is a fun card. So I have an A2 top folding card base, and from Genuine Gems we are going to use I Told the Universe to Send Some Awesome Your Way, and we're going to use Memento. And you could color this, however I really liked the strong effect of the bold white and black and white, or black on white. And there is some distressing in there, so you're never gonna ink it up totally. There we go. You could do whatever you want on there. You can color it, you can stamp some more, but I want the outside of the card to do the talking. This is a nice sentiment set. Nothing else to say but so sorry. Well, this is just difficult. I'm sorry I haven't been in touch. You've got this. I know this must be hard for you. I love you. There's no good card for this, and I just didn't know what to say. I guess I just didn't know what to say. So sorry. Yeah, they're great. So consider adding that to your stash of sentiments. I'm so bummed that I didn't cut this down first. Live and learn. And it's funny because I always like to leave my watercolor paper larger than I need it so that I can cut it down. Oh, sorry, this was glimmer paper. Shimmer paper. I can never keep those straight. Okay, so we are covering the whole front now. Not the way I had designed it, but that's okay. There is still white on here. and then it hangs over just a little bit on the one side. So I will just trim that off. So I'd highly recommend trimming yours down before you glue your mercury acetate down, because once that's down, you're not going to want to tear it up. And there we go. So my video ended rather abruptly because my storage was full, but here are the final cards. I hope that you enjoyed that. I would remind you, I wish someone had reminded me that I needed to cut this piece so that I could have this white border on the edge. It's not the end of the world. I will live. But I hope you see the difference between the two different mercury acetates and the fun that it brings to this bright and colorful project. And I hope that you, if you weren't already thinking of getting the pigment crystals, that we have changed your mind. So there are a couple of different ways to get the tutorial. If you live in Canada, you can shop from me in my online store. A purchase of $33 before taxes and shipping will get you the Stamping Society tutorial. You can purchase it for $9.25 as a flat fee, or you can join my team. Sorry, you're getting a glare no matter which way I go, right? So you can join my team and get it for free each month. So that is all. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me, stampedaf@gmail.com, or you can find me at stampedaf on any social media platform. That is all, my crafty friends. We'll see you again soon. Bye.